Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Stream of Consciousness. I'm your host, Cyrus. We've got this article here about West Hollywood experimenting with universal basic income. Every couple months, there's another story about a city or some area experimenting with universal basic income. Always has the same problem. It's neither universal nor a basic income. It's basically just like, we gave $500 or an extra $1,000 a month to a small number of people, and then we measured and found that they were happier. Just really dumb, completely idiotic. If you have to look at this right here, it's the same story. They've picked 25 LGBT senior citizens and they're going to give $1,000 a month to each one of them. So what? What does that prove? Nothing. Okay. Is it sustainable? No. In fact, they don't even have funding for it yet. They're looking for a funding source that says lower at the bottom. Kind of funny. It says other pilots are underway across the country, but none specifically focused on the LGBT population. None specifically focused on UBI either, for that matter. So it doesn't prove anything. It's just a bunch of people wasting time and money. It's ridiculous. It says to gauge success, researchers will conduct frequent check ins with participants and collect information on housing stability, health outcomes, and more. Ooh, wow, it's really going to prove something. Critics of universal basic income believe it would discourage work, but trials have yet to show this is the case. I mean, I'm a critic of universal income. I think it just flat out doesn't work. It's a dumb idea. Can't be paid for. And even if it could, even if we had this miracle pool of money that we could give people enough that they didn't need to work or that we could improve their lives in some significant way, why wouldn't we use that in a more targeted fashion to help the people that are truly in need? I don't need $1,000 a month. Every $1,000 a month the government gives me, they're going to have to charge me $3,000 a month for the privilege because I'll be paying for other taxpayers. Now, just kind of a ridiculous concept. And these tests don't prove anything. I can walk around and have $500 to just a bunch of people and they're happier. Congratulations, guys. We proved it. And that's kind of the embarrassing state of research, especially social science research in many of these cases. They just set out to prove what they already believe. I mean, if you think these researchers don't believe in UBI and don't believe it's a solution, you're totally mistaken. They're going in with such predetermined outcomes for their research. It's just shameful. So, whatever, it's never going to happen. If you're waiting for it to happen, you're delusional. Go ahead and point to anywhere where it succeeded. You can't. So why do you think this is going to happen? Value isn't created when people spend money. That's something these guys need to understand. When they say things like, oh, you give them the money and they spend it, it flows through the economy. That's just really dumb. Like, money flowing through the economy when it represents value created is good, but money flowing through the economy just for the sake of it just creates inflation. Okay. There's more money. There's the same number of goods, maybe even less, because even though it hasn't been proven, it just serves to common sense that when you give people more money, you give people enough money, they'll probably work less. I mean, okay, we got to set up. Next up is a study that proves that the sky is blue. Okay. Anyway, just a really dumb idea. It will never happen, and I feel bad for people who waste their time and energy on this bullshit.